Well, good morning, community. Welcome to Stroke of Genius Podcast Survivor Experience. We just had Maria Garcia as my guest this morning. She is a health coach, but unfortunately, she just lost her feet and she's dropped off. So, what we'll do if hopefully she'll come back on. But if not, I got a hot topic that's on my mind I want to talk to you about. So let's see if let's get into it and see we'll just roll with punches.
The Stroke of Genius.
Fire.
Well, she's not back up. She lost her feet in the doc. My guest is not back up. So if you're out there watching live, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. We couldn't serve TV media would not be doing what we could do without your support. So please say hi in chat. Say hi in comments. Talk to me in comments. It's what it's for. And if you're watching this live, comment. If you're watching the replay, if you comment, I will reply to you. But looks like Maria, my guest, is having a feed problem. Her internet has went down. And if she comes back up, I'll bring her on the show. But for now, let's have the one to talk to you about. You know, this morning there was a gentleman in my business community on LinkedIn, and it really broke my heart because he had a stroke recently. I'm talking recently, like days ago, weeks ago, month ago. But he's looking back at just really losing everything. He needs what's happened to him. He can't think right. He's going through the first stage of stroke. And all I could tell him is he's posting pictures of his motorcycles, him playing guitar. I felt bad for him because I remember that. I wasn't always a stroke survivor that you see today. Went through severe depression, lost everything we had big truck, big fifth wheel, big boat. It was great. It lost everything. So there she is. There's Maria now. Hold on. Let me bring Maria on. I'm trying again. Hold on. There she goes. Hey, Maria on the phone. Great.
Hey, Aaron. How are you? Thank you for having me on. And I apologize for the technical issues.
Thank you so much for keeping trying. Hopefully you've been set your phone down or set down. Can you lean your phone against something and to hold it for half an hour?
I'm holding it now. I'm not sure if I have anything near me because I wasn't planning on doing this.
I know. When you're in this peaceful mode with the punches, we'll just roll with the punches. So
let me see if this works. Yep, I think we're good to go.
That works.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm so glad you made it, Maria. Thank you for being here so much. Because I think, as you and I spoke before, this topic is so needed in my stroke survivor community. And that is the topic of nutrition. And how nutrition can help improve our stroke recovery. But for right now, introduce yourself to the audience, Maria.
So hello everybody, my name is Maria Garcia. I'm a health and wellness coach out of New Jersey. And I'll tell you more about how I got into this in a second because it has to do with me having had a stroke at 25 years old that left me locked in, which means I wasn't able to move or talk or anything. I could only blink.
Wow, I know what locked-in syndrome is, and it's totally cruel. It's amazing, moving around. Here I'm 12 years post-stroke. I've been in a wheelchair, so maybe changing my. I know I could use. I confess eating three donuts this morning. It was not very good being nutrition friendly. But we're going to change that in 2023. We're going to keep trying to get better at it. But tell me why. What is nutrition? What is it?
So the best way I can explain it is in the form of a story, and I'll tell you what it's not. What it's not is what we basically learned our whole lives. And what we think is healthy, sometimes it's not the healthiest thing. I thought I was uber healthy, and I tried playing with my diet numerous times, and this was even pre-stroke. But what nutrition is, I'll explain it like this. So, when elephants first began to be put in zoos, they were living 6 or 7 years. And the zookeepers, they said, okay, we made our money back, all is good. But then they realized elephants in the wild were living nearly 100 years. And they were like, oh, my poor elephants! All of a sudden, aka my pockets, but that's a different story. And then so they started feeding the captive elephants the same diet as the elephants in the wild. And lo and behold, the captive elephants began to live almost as long. Not quite as long because they were not free, but almost as long. And that's what nutrition is. It basically fuels your life.
So I think I understand. We're made up of cells. A body of cells. And the way I understand it, you're feeding the cells. You're not just eating food. You're actually feeding the cells of your body. So how does doing that impact our recovery of stroke survivors?
It impacts everything. I'll tell you how it impacted me. I thought I was. First of all, let's start by saying this. Think of food as a language for your cells. You're either giving your cells what they need, which is the language they understand, and they need certain building blocks, or you're giving your body stuff that it doesn't understand, and your body's going, I don't know what this is. I don't know what to do with this. So it stores things as toxins that we think of as food, but it's not really food at all. And I can tell you from my experience, when I found WILDFIT, I was 15, 15 years post stroke. And I thought I had already plateaued. I didn't think I would get any better. And after about 6 months, I would say, of living this lifestyle, I started to see things like my balance improved. All of a sudden, one day, I was recording a Facebook Live, and then I went back and watched it, and I thought, oh my God, is that really me? I could not believe it. My voice had always been really Marilyn Monroe, and all of a sudden it had bass behind it again. My blood pressure, one day I went to the doctor, the physician's assistant, pardon me, the assistant took my blood pressure, and she says 120/80. And I was like, what? And she goes, 120/80. That's what.
Teenager.
And I thought to myself, what? I've never had normal blood pressure my whole life. It's always been 90/60
Yeah.
and really low. So that got better. I began to hike, which I would not have been able to do in a million years. And now I actually do 3 hour hikes, 4 hour hikes.
So give me an idea. You eat healthy. Give me an idea of what your morning and noonday and evening routine is as far as eating goes. What do you do throughout the day as far as eating?
So breakfast I don't really eat, right? I don't know if some of you may be familiar with something called intermittent fasting, which is not eating for a certain period of time, but I'm just not hungry, so that's really the reason I don't eat in the morning. And then for lunch, I'll have some kind of protein, maybe eggs, maybe chicken, beef, sheep, fish, whatever that is. And then I'll either accompany that with a salad or sweet potatoes or some other root veggie. And then for dinner, I usually have a salad with a big salad, like a huge bowl of salad with lots of veggies, very colorful, and the protein as well.
Yeah, there's something about the colors of the meal is supposed to be, right? And this it's supposed to be like fruits, like vegetables. It's okay to have protein as long as it's lean protein. But you mentioned earlier we're a little bit of echo from a computer or phone or something, and then but we're in echo. But now I'm curious. You'd mentioned something earlier that idea that really was kept me from being obese and in a wheelchair because I've been in a wheelchair for 12 years. I only eat when I'm hungry. I did that. Used to frustrate my wife because I used to not eat. I used not eat dinner. I used not eat. But was hungry, I didn't eat. We did then we get a routine of eating because it's dinner time or because it's breakfast time. But I'm not hungry, so I didn't eat. I'm actually since I've been this up been since I'm near high school age. So it's helped. But as far as nutrition goes, what are the steps my stroke survivors, our fellow stroke survivors can do starting this year to really make a change for better?
So awesome for eating when you're hungry. Number one, I just want to say that because we're living in a society that is overfed, but at the same time malnourished. And then for stroke survivors to start getting fed in this year, I would say the number one thing, this is the foundation. I would start. Can you hear me now? I think I
Yeah, I
froze.
can.
So I would say to stroke survivors and anybody else who's listening, drink lots of water. That's your foundation. Drink maybe 8 glasses of water a day, if possible. 6, 8. And that has a huge impact on you. Energy wise, your skin is better, everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit right now that I'm everybody in front of you. I battle with drinking water. I do. I just do. And I think it's probably because I don't drink enough. What is the rate of water we drink per week? What is that? How do you know how much water to drink?
I'm sorry, the rate of water, can you
How
repeat?
much water does a person need to drink or should drink during the day?
So I would say 6 to 8 glasses a day. If you're a bigger person, bigger glasses. If you're a smaller person, smaller glasses.
Yeah, I get admit, when I drink water, I feel better. Like I notice the difference. It means how much here we are talking about nutrition, but really, I think yes, it's very common in the stroke survivor community, and that's dehydration. And I think I think it's a very big problem out there. We all rather drink something sweet or something.
Yes, and water is really so important. It really is the foundation because it's It's kind of contradictory to have very, very good nutrition, but then be dehydrated. You're kind of working against yourself. So, number one, hydration.
That's a really good point. You can eat right, have good nutrition, and yet be dehydrated and actually defeat what it is you're trying to accomplish by eating right. So what Maria and I are saying, what Maria is saying is much appreciated. That we need to bring stay hydrated, people. Stay hydrated.
Yep.
Now you had mentioned there's something called wild. What is wildcat? A wild
So, WILDFIT is the program I
what?
coach. And yes, the reason I coach this program is because I was a client first. I saw an ad for it and I thought, that sounds interesting. And I was already interested in nutrition, so I just went for it. But then seeing the impact it had on me, I thought, oh my gosh, I found the Holy Grail. I have to coach this. So I started coaching. I went through their certification program, and this is what I do now.
So you walk in there, you were locked in, but you walk in there, and you're bruising both arms. I see you people that were locked in, spiritual survivors. If for those that don't know what locked in means, Maria, I mean mute you a little bit. Maria was locked in at the time of her stroke, and that means that she was only able to move her eyes. 99.9% of body was paralyzed. You'd not know that looking at her today. And you give a lot of credit to nutrition for that, correct?
I give a lot of credit to nutrition. I think to myself often, I wonder where I would be today had I known what I know now about nutrition back then. Because when I found WildFit, I was about 70% recovered, which I was really happy with because coming from locked in, that's pretty good, right? But after I did WildFit, I recovered another 20%. And that's 15 years after the stroke, when I thought I wasn't making any more improvements.
So basically, you start eating right, and am I hearing this correctly? 15 years after your stroke, you start seeing really big improvements.
Yeah, yes. I mean, I always ate what I thought was relatively healthy, but I didn't know what I didn't know, right? So it was only 15 years when I found this program that I really started nourishing my body well. And that's when I started seeing the magic.
Yeah, during you and I were talking before, and I was friends that got really excited because nutrition is a holy grail of our life. And we need to really focus, like you say, hydration and learning nutrition. How do people get a hold of you? And do you do a consult or what?
Yeah, so go to my website, which is genuinelymaria.com. That's GENUINELY Maria.com. And there you can book a free discovery session.
Now, check out, look at this comment. This, I don't know. This from Jan. I don't you know her. I don't know Jan Randolph. And she was really amazed at you after 50 years. I'm going on 12 years post stroke. So I definitely could use a little boost. I think I'm going to really look into the uh, nutrition and recovery. And I'll be talking to you soon. But well, let's get how you feel about fast food. What do you think about McDonald's and Burger King and that. That's how you feel.
I just don't think of those as food. To me, that's not food, and I wouldn't want to put it in my body.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that basically it's not real food. There's no nutritional value in fast food is all. So if you're eating fast food, you need to stop and eat something nutritious. Basically, from what I understand me, tell me if I'm wrong, but our bodies are made up of cells. You must feed the proper and right food to get the optimum performance of your cells. So, and for us, brain, we need to be sure we're eating correctly because it affects everything we do.
Everything that affects your physical, your mental, and your spiritual well being, even. Everything. And one of the biggest things people tell me after they go through the program is that they're happier. They're just happier.
Oh, some people sign up for this program and coach them how to eat.
Can you repeat the statement?
You coach people how to eat, right, basically.
Yeah, so the way the program is set up, I coach, but the information of the course is delivered in video by the founder of the company, which is Eric Edmeans. And then I do the coaching, which is more laser focused for each person.
Now you before you began to get into nutrition, you were locked in. So how did you go from wheelchair? 'Cause you were in a wheelchair, I'm assuming, right? How long were you in a wheelchair for?
Nick, what is the question again?
How long were you in a wheelchair?
Oh, in a wheelchair. I was in a wheelchair basically for 4 or 5 months, which is after I got released from the rehab hospital. They sent me home in a wheelchair, but the wheelchair didn't fit through any of my doorways. So that's when I graduated to using a walker.
Awesome. Now I'm curious what we talked a little bit. We're gonna give counsel to all you stroke lovers out there. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Drink lots of water is the thing you're going to start with. And then you're going to move on to finding more nutritious foods. But main thing right now that Marina I want to get across. Hydrate. Now I see that because I'm guilty. I'm guilty of being dehydrated most of the time. It's quite good. I forget the brain is like 90% water, then it's a huge amount of thing. Brain is water.
And one trick you can do is basically just, I'm not even telling you drink it, but just always have a bottle of water on your desk or with you or a glass. And you don't even, you'll drink it naturally because it's there. But if you don't have it, you're not going to get up and get it. And that's how you're going to forget. So just have it with you.
So when you begin, I know goes by quick because half an hour shows us over. But if you were to give my church lovers advice, give me any advice that you want right now, what would you say would be the most important advice to give them about nutrition?
So the most important advice about nutrition, I really think is water. That's number one. And number two, I would say health is wealth. Because if you don't have health, you don't have anything. Nothing.
Yeah, I heard. What does it do to profit demand like $1 million and die young? That's doing it good. So it's really doing it good. So I'm in that boat. I know I need to get healthier and be healthier. And so I'll be talking to you privately a little more, but I definitely would like I'll be putting Maria's contact information in the description of this video so you can watch it. But Maria, you know, we talk about hydration. I would say I'm gonna beat. I hate to beat it that horse, but I talked to many stroke survivors around the world, and as one, it isn't necessarily the reading is terrible; it's they're not drinking enough water.
Well, water is basically the foundation. I mean, it doesn't take away if you're eating badly. That's still gonna reflect on your body and on your psyche and everything. But really, hydration is where it's at. That's a foundation. You can't really get further unless you get this one piece.
Yeah, we're unable. Unfortunately, I don't think I will probably have to come on one more time and because I really want our community, our stroke community, to realize. I mean, what is eating right to you? What if I say I'm going to start today, tomorrow, eating more nutritious? What do you tell me?
Okay, so what I would say is, did God make this or did man make this? If God made it, well, that's a green light. Go ahead. If man made it, well, you might want to evaluate if that's getting you where you want to get to, if it's good for you or not.
That is, that's probably the most simple yet profound way of looking at our food. Did God make it or did man make it? And if man made it, it's what they call processed food. And it's going to be have stuff in it that's terrible for you. So ask yourself out there, stroke survivor, did God make your food or did man make it? Man made it, watch out, back off and pick something God made. Maria, it's going to be crazy, but the show is over. Believe it or not, half an hour went by. Is there any final statement? Why did you do this? Tell us all the ways your social media is so people get all you.
I'm not a big social media buff, but I am on LinkedIn, Maria Garcia. It might be difficult to find because that's a common name. So maybe if you type in a WILDFIT, which is the name of the company that I do work, that I coach. I'm also on Facebook, Maria Garcia. And that's basically all my social media.
All right, great. Well, Maria, thank you so much for being here. I really do want to thank you for being here. Thank you.
It was my pleasure, Aaron. Thank you for having me.
All right, so we'll talk again soon. Everybody out there, remember Maria's links will be in the chat below or in the description of the video. Everybody have a great day. Bye, Maria. Thank you for being here.
Have a beautiful day.